Good morning, guys. Winter is officially coming. Yeah, it's really chilly today. Rainy. Generally not very nice. And people are turning the heating systems on, which haven't been on for a long time. So yeah, a lot of the time that will mean they're having issues, radiator's not getting hot, that kind of thing. So I've had quite a few calls for doing power flushes lately. We're actually off to one today. I went to this job last week. The customer was complaining that they had, well, the pump wasn't working. They sort of looked at the pump and just making humming noise. So there's clearly an issue with the pump. So I took a new pump, went around there, fitted it, had to change the valves as well because they wouldn't shut off fully, which is typical. Yeah, fit the new pump, and I sort of said, you know, it might not cure all the issues in terms of the circulation because it's quite an old system, and there's an air separator just above it, which the tourists would be, you know, blockage spots. I actually put a magnet on the air separator just to see if there's any magnetite sticking to it, and there was plenty of that on the air separator and the pipes around it to cold feed the vent. Yeah, when the flare return sort of kicks in as well. So yeah, that's kind of all a blocked up section of pipe work. So I knew that was going to be part of the issue as well. But obviously we want to just fit the pump and see if we could get the heating working a bit better for him, even if it was just short term. See if we could get back and flush the system. Obviously fitting a brand new pump in a dirty system isn't ideal, but you know, being cold isn't either. So yeah, we'll, like I say, we're going back today to do the flush, the power flush of the system, all the radiators, clear out the boiler, clear out the tank in the loft, header tank, feed expansion tank, clean that out. So we've got a nice clean system. We're going to cut out the air separator, replace that bit of pipe work, and yeah, it should, by the end of the day, have a heating system which works with hot radiators, no cold spots, and I'll see you there. Okay, so we're now on site where we're doing the power flush. This is the pump I just previously replaced last week. These are the new pump valves are fitted, but as you can see, this is the air separator. I'm meant to get air out of the system, but they don't really work very well, to be honest, and they're just a bit of a bottleneck where sludge tends to build up and gets trapped in there. As you can see, we've got a magnet here. I'm going to put that on some of the pipe work around it, and well, there you go, magnet sticks to it. Obviously copper isn't magnetic, so it's not a good sign when you got magnets sticking all over the place. There you go. Just shows that it's just basically full up. Need to cut that bit out. Power flushing can clear it out, but you might end up having bits left in there, so best to just cut that bit out, to be honest. But if we just do a normal bit of copper, doesn't stick to it at all, nothing, just drops down. So yeah, shouldn't be sticking. So we're just going to whip this pump out now, attach the valves to machine, power flush machine to the valves here, and get cracking. Okay, so we've got the gear out ready to go, power flushing the system today, and got power flush machine, Camco, great little machine, magnetic filter, sort of magnetite, all the rust basically for the radiators, and goes through the filter, sticks to the big magnet inside. All the hoses all ready to go, lots of other bits and bobs as well. So we're just going to cake it all up now, run it up from here up to the airing cupboard, so we're not inside the customer's house. If there's any spillages or anything like that, we're not going to have them in the house, we're going to have them outside, but there shouldn't be any spillages in it anyway, because we're pros. Okay, so all set up, ready to go. I've got the cold mains coming in here into the machine, so the water's all on now. It's just switched off from here, so I can turn that on, get some water in the machine. And we've got the the dump hose connected here. That's going out over to the drain. I'll show you that in a second. And then we've got the return hose going here and the flow going into the magnetic filter. What we do is we'll take them upstairs with the airing cover and connect up to the pump valves, and that way we'll be connected up to the system. So wait for this to fill up and go inside, connect it up. Okay, so this is the dump hose that goes from the powerful machine all the way over to the drain, and hopefully in a little while we'll be flushing some horrible dark murky water through that, coming out into the drain, out the heating system. So we're up in the loft now, the feed expansion tank. As you can see inside, lots of dirty brown water. It looks like thick coffee in there. Delicious. What I'm going to do is just switch this off, the service valve here. Hope it doesn't leak, because they do sometimes. That's all good. That's off. So we're just going to drain the system now, get all that water out of the heating system and the tank, and later on we'll come back up here and just clean the tank out. So when the system is all clean, we don't want to fill it up with all the muck what's in that tank to go back in the system again. So the water's just draining out the system now. This is the feed valve of the heating system. So that should be, as that's open, that should be emptying the feed expansion tank in the loft, coming through here and going up the hose outside. You can hear it all draining out, lovely. Okay, so now I'm going to take this pump out. There should be no water left in there really, but there appears to be a little bit, so I'm just going to turn these valves off. Take the pump out. The pump's taken out, so we're now going to connect up to the pump valves. So the power flush machine will circulate the water through the system instead of the pump. Let's open up this pump valve. And we should have water circulating through the system. So, power flush machine is switched on now. We've got water circulating through the pipes, through the radiator, through the boiler, through the power flush machine, through the filter over here. add a little bit more water in here, but as you can see, the water's black in the heating system. So that's not a good sign. And same over here, this should be completely clear. Later on you'll see it completely clear, but at the moment you'll see magnets in there. Just water circulating through them, picking up all the old rust in the system, magnetite. Yeah, we don't want the black to be black, but at the moment we're just going to circulate it through like this for 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes, and then we'll dump all this water out into the drain, and then we've got a base level to work with. From there we'll start adding chemicals to really get the system clean. So we've been circulating now for about 10 minutes, and let's have a little look down here. Oh, that looks black, doesn't it now? Wow, over here, insane, horrible stuff, absolutely caked. What I'm going to do now is flush it out into the drain. I've got that pipe set up already over here, straight into the drain like that. So let's open this. There we go, got some water coming through. And turn on the main supply into the machine. So we've got a supply in and out. Stuff. Sludge coming out of the system, black water coming out of the system, and that's got that side. Similar to like clear the drain actually when you clear it and get that whoosh. Same with this really, sludge out, but it takes a bit longer. We'll get there. This and just change the flow, direction of flow, mix it up. Lovely stuff. You can see it's actually at the moment going in faster than coming out, so just turn this down a little bit. So I've had the machine running for 10-15 minutes, circulating through, and as you can see that water is looking much clearer now. It's like a magnet. A lot of black actually attached to the black is a magnetite rust stuck to the magnets, but the actual water inside is quite clear now. So there's still going to be loads of that sludge stuck to the radiators and pipe work inside. We've still got to do more to get all that out, but in the meantime it just gives us a nice place to start with the chemicals. Over here it's come through quite very clear. So now I'm just going to add some of this Canco FX2. Really good strong chemical, great for cleaning out heat systems. It's not necessarily great to use if like you've got a lot of rusty radiators and that, but it's really strong. It's acidic, so you have to be careful. Yeah, so that's in now. Certainly tell uncolourable. Now I'm going to put the heating system on and get the radiators warmed up for a good at least an hour. Chemical works better with some heat. So we have that circulating through. see that nice thick colour. So I've had the chemicals in the system for about an hour now, so now I'm going to check the magnets over here. What we're going to find is that they're going to be almost full up of the magnetite and the rust and the sludge. So we'll clean them off before we put them back in and go again. So the machine can keep running, so I'm just going to shut off the bypass valves. So essentially we're just bypassing this unit. Can sometimes be a nightmare to undo at this point, but with the machine running, but actually this seems okay. So here's the one magnet. You can see all the black on here. I can clean some of that off. So it should be looking a bit more like this now. Okay, so put that back in. Okay, so let's clean off magnet number 2 now. See again. Loads of magnetite on there. I'm just going to clean it off. What you don't want to do is pull both magnets out at the same time, because they'll stick to each other and then you're in trouble. As I found out once, they're really strong magnets, so yeah. One at a time. Good, now we put that back. Okay, so heating switched off now. I've turned all the radiators off at the thermostatic rad valves, apart from this one's still on, and the power flow machine's still going. So now we've just got circulation just to this one radiator, so it's getting the full power of the machine just for this one rad. What we'll do now is agitate it using this bit of kit here. Essentially what you're doing here is put on the radiator like this, put on the trigger, it causes vibrations through the radiator, so anything stuck to the side. There's particularly these hard cold spots which gets really difficult to clear. So we can use this, clear them all out and just get anything stuck to the side off. It's pretty loud, so put these things on. So yeah, we're focusing mainly on the bottom of the radiator because obviously the sludge falls to the bottom, kind of built up in a pyramid normally, so the middle and the bottom like that. So yeah, we're focusing on them particular areas. What you can do now is with the infrared camera, I can check the radiator and see what the cold spots there left inside, and from that we can just keep checking the camera and keep agitating the radiator in those spots until we can see clearly that the temperature is even throughout the radiator, or not quite even. It's the flow is always going to be you know, hotter than the return, but you still want like a nice even temperature flowing through where possible. So this is an example of a completely blocked radiator. We put the infrared camera on it and we can see the dark areas are completely blocked. These are the cold spots, and the brighter areas are where the heat is. So at the moment we've got heat on the outside of the radiator, but the inside and the middle is completely dark. So what we want is a nice even bright radiator, which indicates, you know, we're getting heat completely through. So I've just agitated all the radiators individually, had them on one by one, agitating each one as you go, and then what we found now is that the water back here has gone really back again, because all the sludge, magnetite and rust inside the radiators has now moved into the filters and the power flush machine and the rest of the pipe work. So what we're going to do now is flush that out. Opening this, turning on the main supply into the machine, and then you can see some of the black water coming out again now. So I'll just keep an eye on this for a little while. What you want to keep doing as well is keep changing the direction of the flow. It just helps to break any bits of sludge in the system out. So yeah, we just keep changing the flow from left to right. And we want just a steady flow here, because this will sort of keep going with strong, and then when it comes to restriction, the flow will really reduce again. So again, you just keep playing with the machine, changing the direction of the flow, and then eventually that should just keep coming through nice and clear. And a consistent flow. So as you can see, the water now is looking nice and clear again. Same in the filter. The magnets fill up again. All black sludge, magnetite, all stuck again, but the water's looking clear, which is good. The water into the drain, looking clear. So at the moment all the radiators are open. What I'll do now is just flush them individually. So I will shut them all off apart from one, flush that through, and I'll keep changing the direction of the water, the machine handle. Do that for a little while for each radiator, opening and shutting as I go. And yeah, that's the next job. Okay, so we come to the end now. Just got one final flush through. The radiators are open now, so we're just going to flush it all through again. And then once I've done this part, I'll add the neutralising crystals. As I said earlier, the chemical is kind of acidic, can't leave it in the system, so just to neutralise that by adding the crystals into the system. I'm just going to obviously clear all this out first. I want the water running clear again. Once we've put the crystals in, we'll leave them in for about 10 minutes. Do a bit longer maybe, check the pH levels. That would be that really. One more job after that is to clean the header tank from the loft. A lot of people miss that step. There's no point flushing a complete system and then not clearing out the header tank from the loft, because this particular one is full of sludge, and most of them are, to be honest with you. So they're a nice clean system. All I have to do is open all that back up again, and all that sludge in the system in the storage tank, F&E, so that will then go back into the pipe work and radiator boiler, and it's just not what we're here for, really. You want to do a proper job, clear that out. We've got a big old vac for that, the long hose, so I'll show you that in a minute, and yeah, that'll be the next step. Okay, so now we're going to clear up the F&E tank in the loft. We use a Skyvac Mighty Atom. Pretty good, wet vac. And it's actually meant to clean out gutters and stuff, so it's pretty powerful as well. So what we've got is a big long hose from that. And we're going to have that end of it. Take it up into the loft. And then here we have the F&E tank. Yeah, full of sludgy water again. Some giant Lego Duplo stuff. Not sure how that got in there. So I need to turn on the vac to get this water out, and you'll see how much sludge is in the bottom of that. Okay, so back's on. Just start getting some water out. Actually, more toys in here. Random stuff in there. I guess this is not a dead animal, a bird. Seen that before. Okay, so that's the worst of it, but now I'm just going to clean the rest of it up. Can't really film it now, but you get the idea. So yes, the pump's back on now. Just got to turn on the cold feed upstairs in the loft to the F&E tank. And then open this valve here, and that will allow water into the heating system. Okay, so the F&E tank's full up now. Just going to open up the gate valve here, lever valve, start filling up the heating system, and I'll just bleed the radiators, bleed the system out, put some inhibitor in the F&E tank, and tidy up because we'll be done. Well, while I'm tidying up, I'll be having the put the heating on, make sure we're all good everywhere. Okay, last job of the day. Inhibitor in the tank. Just keep it corrosion free. There we have it, one power flush complete. Rad's all nice and hot, just how we want them, ready for winter.